We are getting ready for a day that has a lot of astrology going on. The squares, oppositions, and aspects that truly make astrology possible to be what it is. And it truly means that we can make ourselves known to the world with publicly speaking out about our ambitions, our dreams, our goals, the things that we want to bring into our lives for fruition. On August 19th, we have a full moon in the sign of Aquarius, which will oppose the sun and square Uranus. This moon is all about freedom, revolution, liberation, and how we act as being our authentic self, but also serving the community, versus standing on our echo plates and Etchel plates of being on the center star plate of our life, which is Leo. It's all about the star plate of your life. You being the center stage and star plate of your life and attracting all the attention in the world that you want around you. And being the center of attention. It's all about claiming the spotlight and choosing to be generous with the things that we have around us. All of this is going on while a lot of aspects are happening on this particular date. August 20th, it's a quiet day. Not a lot's going on. Look forward to that as well. I have something very exciting to announce. I'm using a brand new Oracle deck, which I just got today. It's called the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I just want to show you what some of the cards look like because they are stunning. Look at these cards. I'm just showing you a few of them, but look at how gorgeous the cards are. Back up so that you can see it. So as you can see, the cards are beautifully decorated. I really like the titles and the font of the cards. It's just beautiful. And this deck is very masculine and also very serious. You really have to be prepared to do your work with this deck. So I showed you some of the cards. I want to show you the backing of the cards. It's very old worldly, as you can see right here. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so let's take a look at the energy of August 19th. So I want to break down these aspects one by one after the other, so that you can understand what's going on. Here we go. Number one, the first aspect is a square between the two benefic planets, Venus in the sign of Virgo, Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. So squares are difficult aspects that can represent tension. They represent it's a malefic aspect. It represents obstacles and things of that nature. Um, However, when the two benefics are squaring, it is rather positive. Anyway, there's a famous astrologer that said there is no such thing as a bad Jupiter transit. But let's get into the negative manifestations of Venus and Jupiter because the squares always highlight the negative manifestations of the planets involved. So this is an outgoing social energy. This is a good energy for having fun, for chilling out, for meeting people, for having a party, for going places, doing things. Not a good time to put your nose to the grindstone and focus on hard work and the things that you need to get checked off your to-do list. It's not a good time to get work done and really achieve what you want to achieve because this energy can put you in a very happy, optimistic, festive mood where you're like, screw that hard work that I have to do. I'll do it later. Let me just celebrate and enjoy the, amount of time now, which it makes it very difficult if you have deadlines and things that you have to get done um, for your workplace or for school. It can make it very challenging to really focus on that which you need to work on. It can be challenging under this energy. So this is a very outgoing, a very happy, generous type of energy where you're feeling very generous. You want to give to the world. You want to give to people, provide wisdom and hope for them. Um, and affairs can backfire at this time. That's something to note. Do not lower your standards when dating. That's another something to note. Moderation. Let me tell you something about moderation. It is the key to your happiness. When you get all of what you want at one time, you don't really value it as much as you would if you get things in little increments, as much as you would if you would have to work for and earn the things that you want in your life. So this can be moderation when it comes to indulging in whatever feels good to you. Moderate it, cut it back, put a limit on it. That's the lesson for this time. This is not a good time for overspending, especially with Mercury retrograde in Leo, which is a really materialistic sign. It's all about the shiny things in life. Now, a very profound aspect that we have going on is not only is Venus squaring Jupiter, but Venus is also opposing Saturn because Jupiter and Saturn are both squaring each other. So the math is in a line this way. So Venus opposing Saturn can make you feel sad and it can make you feel rather lonely. Sadness and loneliness are two very strong emotions that you may be feeling at this time. There can be setbacks that affect your love life and your finances that can come about at this time. This is good for going into reflection. This is not good for socializing. This is good for spending time alone and reflecting. Very contradictory to the Venus square Jupiter energy, but it is a square after all, and this is an opposition. Two difficult aspects. So this is a time we want to spend time in reflection, spend time in our homes or in our bodies, taking a breath, doing meditation, reflecting on ourselves, doing our journals, not really getting out into the world and socializing and doing things, but spending time alone, spending time by ourselves so that we can really get to know ourselves on a deep level. This is a transit which is about working hard and focusing on the practical areas of life, like the insurance has to be paid for, the dishes have to be done, the hog washing, mold washing has to be put into place, the awards need to be hung up, the trees need to be planted, all the practical things that we have to attend to in our life. If you feel blue, like I do, and if you feel depressed, you may feel especially depressed at this particular time. So do be aware of that and do the things that lift you up and make you feel high vibration. Do the things that make you feel happy. Do the things that bring you encouragement and bring you hope and faith in the future. Because we have that mitigating Jupiter, Venus square Jupiter influence. So if you're feeling blue, turn on a song that you really like. Go for that walk. Paint that grass. Shut that window. Write that paragraph. Um, do the thing that makes you feel uplifted at this time. The big aspect happening today is a square from Jupiter and Saturn. This is a big ticket square. So we're having three squares, the first of which is on the 19th of August, the second of which is December 24th this year. Then, so what's interesting about this is that the first square between Jupiter and Saturn brings us back to the 0-degree Aquarius Great Saturn-Jupiter conjunction of December 21st of 2020. So that's when we've started another 200-year cycle of Jupiter and Saturn conjuncting in air signs. Then it's supposed to happen, Jupiter and Saturn are supposed to conjunct every 20 years, as far as I'm concerned. So the first square is happening on August 19th between Jupiter and Gemini direct, Saturn and Pisces retrograde. On December 21st, Saturn will be retrograde, or Jupiter will be retrograde, and Saturn will be direct, and they will be scoring off in Gemini and Pisces. On June 15th of 2025, Jupiter will be in Cancer, Saturn will be in Aries. They will square at around 1 degrees of their signs. So that is an important date to note. So let's talk about the energy of Jupiter square Saturn. So this represents limiting circumstances that maybe hinder you from pursuing what you want to pursue, going after that a data point that you want to go after, being who you really are. This is what this energy can feel like. Restricting influences that keep you from being who you truly want to be in your life. From being with yourself. You might feel restricted when it comes to going after what you want to go after, achieving what you want to achieve. That may be something with this. There may be in your life the breakdown of powerful structures that you've set up, and there's the shattering of beliefs. If you've had any strong beliefs, now's the time where those beliefs are getting tested, questioned, and those beliefs are weakening, are disintegrating, are fading away at this time so that new beliefs and new structures that you're forming can be more positive, optimistic, and strong that are coming up in your life. This is a good time to let go of anything that causes tension in your life, anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, anything that makes you feel like you're digging into the earth and you're digging so far in that you're losing sight of the sky, you're losing sight of the air, the beautiful scenery around you, the birds, the clouds, the trees, the heavens. Whatever makes you feel down in the dumps and brings you frustration, now's the time to let go of that. This is not good for overspending money as well. Relationships may be on shaky grounds at this time. You may have difficulties in the relationship. You may have conflicts or rough patches in your relationships that need to be looked at and evaluated and examined at this time and talked about at this time. So if there's any relationship issue, now's the time to clear the air, have a discussion about it, and form a solution as to how you're going to fix that issue in your relationship. It's okay to withdraw from the world and to go into reflection at this time. And so problems that you've had in any area of your life, be it your sixth house, your ninth house, your 12th house, whatever house area of life that these problems may be in, they may reach a climax at this particular time, or a culmination, because it is the full moon. And things reach their climactic points and their completions and closures at full moon time. So this is a time which is about working hard with patience and determination. That's what Saturn is. It's about patience and determination. I'm focusing, I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I'm doing something slowly and steadily, and I'm not giving up at it. This is a time to become more responsible for the things that you need to become more responsible for in your life, whatever that may be. Another huge aspect that happens today is the sun squaring the planet Uranus. So when the sun squares Uranus, this is a transit that talks about being adaptable and open-minded to any changes that are probably thrust upon you at this time. There may be uncertainty in the air. Just know that. Just be prepared that something could happen. Anything could happen that probably will happen. That's Uranus energy. We talk about the monk frames. We talk about the Buddhas shaving their head and going into the desert. That calm, serene, peace that they feel as they're, getting themselves into a peaceful state despite the chaos around them. That's what meditation can give you. And so find those practices where you can tune into your bliss, where you can get grounded, where you can get centered, not getting caught up in all the noise and all the things going on around you. So this can bring up uncertainty about the future, about the present. And so you may find that your behavior at this time is more unpredictable and abrupt. So you may feel like, you know, being unpredictable and making abrupt changes at this time. But this is not the best time to make abrupt, impulsive changes in your life. Be aware of getting into accidents. This transit may make you more accident prone at this time. This is not good for experimenting with anything in your life because likely it will backfire. So if you try to put a table together that breaks, it won't work. If you try to turn the grass yellow, that won't work. If you try to plant a new plant in your garden, that won't work. So you see what I'm talking about when it comes to you need to stick to the same things that you've always been doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Make changes, but make calculated changes. Don't make impulsive changes. Make calculated experiments. You've checked off all the boxes off your list. Now you're good to get in the balloon and fly. You know, the air pressure is right. The balloon's filled up. Now you can get ahead and fly in that balloon. There's a strong need here to change your environment up at this time. It is not wise to get into arguments at this time because your ego will be very strong and your strong ego may lead to conflict. So choose peace, choose to be in love, choose to be grounded, choose to be centered within yourself, and don't let your ego barking dog steal the show and dictate your actions of what you're going to do. Stay away from arguments. Approach it in a diplomatic, peaceful way. If any arguments come up at this time, that's my advice for you there. This is the time to break out of your routines, do something different. You might become very separated from someone at this time. That's certainly a possibility here. And there may be changes in your appearance and self-esteem at this time. Now, the moon is going to square Uranus. So the sun's squaring Uranus, the moon is square Uranus. So, your mood changes. You may find mood swings. You may feel good one moment, you may feel not so good the next moment. These mood swings make you feel impulsive, make you feel like you just want to run amok around the thing of things. And, go at something head first, not thinking about it. This is not good for anything that requires patience. Because you may feel restless. You may feel like I want it now. You may feel there's an exciting, restless, itchy energy here. Where you feel like I want this thing right now. I don't want to wait for it. I need it now. For me, it's Oracle cards. This is not also advisable for rebelling against anyone who limits you. Yet it is at the same time when it's a calculated rebellion. When you're not rebelling for the sake of rebelling, but you're rebelling because you want to for um for something better to come in your life. Um and so you may feel like you want to break free from any limiting structure that limits you from expressing your emotions the way that you want to. This is great for going out of the box in your life and being original, to come up with an original way of doing things, way of approaching your life. This is not good for making sudden and abrupt changes in your personal life. And there may be emotional outbursts to those closest to you. On the same day as all this is happening, the moon is trining Mars, and this mitigates the negative aspects that are, going on at this time. This moon and Aquarius trine Mars and Gemini. This is wonderful for acting on your instincts, for acting on your gut, trusting your gut, going towards something and going after it. You intuitively know what you want and know how to get it. It's okay to be direct and assertive to the people in your life at this time because you will come across as being honest and to the point and caring, because you're being honest. You're going to come across as meaning what you say, saying what you mean, and being genuine at this time. You're going to come across as being genuine if you try to be direct and assertive, because it's the harmonious trine energy. So this is good for initiating any project or activity that you want to initiate in your life. Now, the final aspect for August 19th, we've been talking about it forever now, is the moon forming an opposition to Mercury. So this may make it difficult for you to express and understand your emotions. It may make it difficult for you to discern, what are you truly feeling? What's truly going on inside of you? That kind of thing like that. It may make it difficult to relax at this time. Your mind may be going crazy, repetitions, your mind, the chatterbox, your thoughts, the stimulus of your thoughts, making it hard to relax, making it hard to sleep, making it hard to get grounded. So those things may be possible at this time. So meditate, do something that calms and focuses your mind on the present moment. That's my advice for you here. There may be mood swings at this time, and you may feel like continually talking on and on and on and on. This is good for spending quiet time in reflection at this particular time, just like the Venus-Saturn opposition. There's a similarity here. On August 20th, the moon will square Jupiter and Gemini. So the moon in Pisces, the moon in the dreamy and mystical sign of Pisces, which, the moon in Pisces wants to create a safe and peaceful space within itself. There's a deep desire for love, divine love, compassion, empathy, all these things when the moon's in Pisces. So the moon's squaring Jupiter. So this may make you feel optimistic, positive. It may make you, this can become careless. You may feel more careless at this time. Be careful that you're not overindulging in foods and other things in your life. Don't lower your standards in relationships. Watch towards overspending when shopping. And this is a time to grow spiritually, to learn about spirituality, to read about it, to research it, to watch videos on it, to get into spirituality, to live in the spiritual way, to have your spiritual practices, have your spiritual discipline. The moon is also going to conjunct Saturn on this particular day. And that may make you feel more responsible to those that depend on you in your life. This can also bring about a heightened sense of being sensible and having heightened sense of logic. You may be have more common sense, and you may be more pragmatic and logical when it comes to making the decisions and acting at the things that you want to act on in your life. This is great to build strong foundations and strong structures in your life. There is a strong need here to connect with others that leads to them. People may reject you for your wanting to nurture them and take care of them and connect with them. So just be aware of that. This may leave you feeling lonely and vulnerable. So do be aware of that. This is a time to learn from the past and make tomorrow a better day. You have these regrets from the past. You're learning from it. You can't go back and change it, but learn from it and do better at the present moment. Do better tomorrow. That kind of thing. And you may feel things on a deeper, more serious level at this time. Now, the real juicy part of this video is coming up right here. So I pulled two cards from the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. The first card that I pulled, what does the collective need to know for August 19th, which is the full moon in Aquarius? And the first card that popped off is actually the first card in the deck, which is the Ancient Ones, as you can see here. And look at the gorgeous artwork here. Look at how beautiful that card is. So this particular one is about initiating something new that is beneficial to you and beneficial to the collective, to humanity, to the people in your life. So this is great to do something new that brings you joy, that fulfills you, that makes you feel like $1 million, that makes you feel like you're heading in a good direction in your life, that makes you feel creative, that vitalizes you, that gets energy in your fuel tank. Much like I'm doing with a new Oracle deck right here, with using a new Oracle deck. So this is about going all in with anything that you want to, whatever you want to, and however many things you want to, achieve. Now's the time to go into that. Now's the time to do what you want to do. Um, compose that song you want to compose. Go on that trip that you want to go on. Buy that lamp that you want to buy. Um, do anything that you want to because it's just such a beneficial, benefic energy here. So this is the time to start what you want to start and going after what you want to go after. A good question to meditate on during this time is, are you acting as your true self? Are you being true to yourself? Are you being, do you have integrity with yourself? That's what the guidebook was talking about. Are you being true to yourself, on an emotional level when it comes to the thing that you want to start? Is the thing that you're starting truly something that you want to start, or is it something that you feel like you want to do, or it's something that you feel like the people around you are coaxing you and encouraging you, but it doesn't feel true for you? Now is the time to be true to yourself and start the things that you truly want to start in your life. This can also represent breaking free from limiting authority figures and breaking free from limiting ancestors with the Uranus energy on this particular day. Breaking free from ancestors and people in your life that limit you from initiating what you want to initiate, going after what you want to go after. And it's the time to forgive those people in your life. Forgive the people that limit you and choose to be present and initiate what you want to initiate and see the results of that fruit, that tree that bears fruit in your life. Plant those new seeds. And we typically do that on the new moon and not the full moon, but it's a good time to plant new seeds now and then officially manifest them on the new moon and move forward with all right. So that's that card. Now, the second card that I pulled for August 20th is the hummingbird, which, as you can see, is just gorgeous. The artwork on this deck is beautifully done. Hummingbird. So this is about saying yes to the opportunities that come your way. If a good opportunity comes your way during this particular day, say yes to it. Try it out. Um, go for it is really the advice that I have for you. Be open to those new things and just take a chance on it. Take a leap of faith on it. This is about focusing on taking action in the present moment and leaving the past behind. So be present with your life on this particular day. If you have any obstacle or challenge that you have to face, success will come out of you achieving and going over those hurdles and going over, rising above those obstacles. Now it's time to face the obstacles and don't give up and continue to go after what you want to go after. This is about acting at the right time, acting when the time is right, acting when you feel inspired to act. Don't wait on it. Don't procrastinate on it. This is also about getting out of your comfort zone. If you're doing something and it doesn't feel, it feels humdrum, it feels boring, stale, but it's comfortable and familiar, now's the time, does this really feel good to me? Does this really bring me joy? Does this really make me feel like I have a purpose in my life? Now's the time to break out of your comfort zone and explore the unknown. Take new chances, make mistakes. Go on the magic school bus to those, planets and those different types of things like that. So take those risks, break free, go after what you want to go after. Have a great couple of days. Bye, everybody.